My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic, and this is the weekly forecast for week commencing February 6th, 2023.
March 6th, 2023, not February 6th, 2023.
Each week I choose 6 cards from my deck, the Mythic Tarot, and I choose them randomly, and we have a look at the energies at play using the meanings of the tarot that turn up, totally random, and just to see how the energy flows, and it's a little bit of guidance for the week as well. Now I'm coming to you from Cradle Mountain, not actually Cradle Mountain, the area surrounding Cradle Mountain, and so I'm heading out to have a look around that lovely area today. It's very peaceful and quiet. I am in the caravan park, but I think it'll start getting noisy pretty soon. But otherwise you can see this is the atmosphere, and the energy of the place is really quite amazing. I can't describe how peaceful, and I don't know, it's got a real vibe about it that says ancient and wise. I think is more than anything else. It's like the wisdom. So anyway, for me, let's begin. As I said, I'm going to choose 6 cards. I'll chat with you. I hope you had a good week last week. I started a new course. I'm doing a little bit of study for the next 3 months, so we'll see how that goes. Haven't done such intense study for a long time, but at the end of it I'll have a qualification that's called a Doctorate of Divinity, and that won't come till later on in the year. A lot of stuff to do, but that will enable me to then deep dive a little bit more into tarot and the metaphysical side of things that I'm really sort of very interested in, and as a result of that I get to share that with you guys as well once it's done. So anyway, let's get started. The first card we're going to have a look at is our conscious selves and where we're at, and here we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands represents, of course, the fiery element, the I want to say the truth. I guess, again, because we're doing this intuitively, she does represent the fire. She represents the motivation and creativity. She's somebody who speaks her mind, and when she says she's going to do something, she does it. But in this, I'm getting the word truth from this card. So consciously, we're going to be really honest with ourselves, but also too, I like it for follow through. In other words, that if we're going to say something and we want to do it, we're going to be honest with ourselves and say, well, I can't do this, I can do that, and then follow through and do it. So that's what she'll be at play doing that, because in that space, and she will be there to help us and assist us through the process. So the next card we're having a look at is our subconscious or unconscious. So that's the part of us that is our soul, our guides, our intuition, our inner workings, or the unknown. It's the forces that we know are at work, but we must only access them through our feelings and intuition. It can be a little bit tricky, but how I see this is that the conscious self, which is this week is the Queen of Wands, is being supported by the subconscious or the unconscious to help us either highlight the helpful path, or to highlight that path that is perhaps not helpful, or perhaps where we're not being honest with ourselves. So that it's going to highlight the truth, and sometimes the truth is not easy to take, but we have the Temperance card. So she represents stability, she represents peace and calm. So you will know when you're on the path, or that includes me too, we will know we're on the path when we feel calm and stable. Also, don't forget the Temperance card, or the Balance card, represents a state of being stuck as well. Not stuck, but a sense of being in a bit of a sort of a ho-hum situation too. So expect that when we are sitting with the Queen of Wands and making some decisions about who we are, how we want to move forward, and just getting the motivation and the truth behind it and the honesty with it, you will get an indication that it's the right path when we feel that sense of peace that comes with it. And I'm thinking that if it's not quite the right, or that matches and aligns for this moment, it might be okay for down the track, but right now we might just get that feeling of stuckness. It's like, oh no, I can't go forward. So I mean, there's a duality there. So again, all this energy is really helpful to help us realize and align with what's happening right now, not down the track, like not, it's like for this week moving forward. So I think it's giving me a clue. So it's keeping us on track and not allowing us to run off with our wild ideas. All right. So the challenge, or the what we're working through, the fear, if you like, is the Page of Pentacles. So the page represents that part of us that feels like we're not quite ready, not finished. I don't have enough. I don't have enough foundation. I'm like, what do I need? All that sort of stuff is going to kick in. So we'll have these ideas. We'll know that it's the right direction to head in. It's that little part of us that says, oh, I don't have enough. I'm not enough. I don't have enough this. Oh, what do I need? I don't even know what I need. So all of that will start to bubble up. I look at that as being a helpful thing, because they're the things, or they're the instances or the lies that the mind wants to throw at us, the self-sabotage and the blocks that always like prevent us from taking that ball and running with it. So the Queen of Wands, where she is, she's not going to let us get away with it, because she will just keep us moving forward. The Temperance card is going to be the clue that says, yes, it'll be fine. You'll feel that it's the right path. You'll know that it's this way to go, and those little fears will be given time, because it's about the truth, given time to bubble up so that you can look at them truthfully. You won't be reinforcing any lies or self-sabotage or misconceptions about the self or the way forward. So it's all about bringing it up into the open and looking at the truth. Okay, so how are we going to react? What do we do about this? King of Swords. All right. So we are going to look for an authority outside of ourselves that is like an institution. So for example, I just mentioned earlier that I've started a course. So my action, if I was thinking about starting that course, the action is to find something formal, like a formal school, which I have, that is going to support my next thing. So for example, if the idea was I wanted to do advanced basket weaving, and the Temperance card says, yeah, that actually aligns with yourself, and the mind says, well, there's no basket weaving courses around, the action is that you will go and find one, because the part of us, the fear that says, oh, there's something there, I can't find it, is going to prompt us and move us forward to actually do something about it, because the other two cards are so powerful that they're not, that part of us will not allow us to just ignore it or push it back down. That the page is not powerful enough to actually override those two first cards. So yay. Okay, so let's have a look at the possible future. Oh, the sun's coming up. So we have the oppression card, the Five of Swords. So where we're heading into, and again, this has happened a couple of times in the previous forecast and so forth, is that the minute we step into our truth, we must then deal with or manage the external pushback. So in other words, we follow our truth, we follow our heart, we follow our path, we put everything in place. We must then step into, and it's not real, it's not imagined, it's not what we think is going to happen. It's very much pushback. So that pushback is a way of allowing us or helping us to decide, is this really for me? Is this really what I want to do? So it strengthens that conviction that this is how we're going to move forward. In other words, thinking, I'll just try. In other words, you might say, oh, I'll just try this and see how it goes. It's like, well, that pushback is going to make us say, I'm going to do this. I don't care what you say. And so if there's any pushback, expect also, is any pushback about what you are choosing to do? Don't look at it as being, oh my God, everyone's against me, or this is all too hard now. It is a measure to help you or help us fortify and strengthen the conviction of this is the way that I want to move forward. In other words, it helps us to make that decision that yes, this is exactly what I want, and that you are willing to, and not fight for yourself. I guess in a way, fight for yourself, but strengthen that part of us that says, damn it, I am going to do this, and I'm going to prove something that is actually for me. So it allows us to not be so wishy-washy about stuff. So, what does it mean for our soul self? I just had a look at the card. So what does this mean for us? What does this mean for our soul journey this week? Look at this. All the powerfulness. This is another powerful card. We have the Devil. Now, I like it. The Devil, I'm always thinking like, the Devil, every card has a duality. And so the Devil, the duality of the Devil is like, oh, I'm ashamed, I feel bad about stuff. But the other part of it is that once we set ourselves free, we give ourselves permission to play. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, right? So the duality of the Devil on our soul journey, especially with the energy of the Five of Swords in play, helps us to say, you know what? It helps to heal that part of us, the self-sabotage part of us that says, oh, I'm not going to do this because it's too hard, or I'm built up. It helps us uncover the hidden blocks that we have placed in our way. And by pushing back against the Five of Swords and the oppressors, we get to face the Devil. We get to face the part of us that has always repressed the creative instincts and creative urges to do something that feeds our soul and gives us like a reason to get up in the morning, a reason to function. Is where we can put our energy and feel good about who we are. So the Devil in play is really going to highlight where we feel bad about things or ashamed about stuff. And this is like sedimented beliefs. It's not about what we're choosing to do or the path we're taking. It's reaching deep down to those sedimented beliefs, and it's also allowing us to reach deep down to the part of the childhood that we missed when we adopted those beliefs and lost the ability to play or the function to see the fun and the play and things. So the Devil, I feel, in this week has a twofold or a duality role, a dual role this week. And of course, it's not just all going to happen this week. We are setting a ball in motion. So I'm very excited, not for myself anyway, because it's not so much, I want to go back to the Five of Swords. It's not so much the external pushback from external people or external sources or that prevents us from moving forward. Is what goes on in here that either reinforces that external pushback or crushes the spark that the Queen of Wands is actually igniting in us. We can embrace the Devil and acknowledge our shame or our fear or that old belief and bring it out into the light. Remember, it's all about the truth. Bring it out into the light and walk in that truth and say, well, it wasn't really that bad, and I'm ready to move on from that and the attachment to it. Or we can use that to say, you know what, I actually want to have some fun with this. So I'm going to say, well, thanks for that pushback, and I'm going to reinforce the fun part of me now because it's my time. So anyway, I'll leave that with you. That's for the weekly forecast for week commencing March the 6th. I hope I said March the 6th at the beginning. 2023, not February 6th, March the 6th, 2023. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. This is a weekly forecast for a week commencing March the 6th, 2023. Much love from me to you from Cradle Mountain in Tasmania. Mwah. See you next week. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.